especially when you're a pub owner.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's a big celebration. It's the first time in 3 years since St. Patrick's Day. The St. Patrick's Day festivities have returned post the pandemic and whatnot, so we're all very excited here in the Emerald Isle of Ireland and all over the world. I've been telling my kids the last couple of days, you know, especially when we were coming home last night, that this is a day where the entire world celebrates being Irish, and we are Irish, so yeah, we're looking forward to it for sure.
I've been looking forward to talking to you about the pub, because I feel like on some level it might be every Irishman's dream to own one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen how, like, you know, even despite everything that's gone on in the world, it's been super busy. It seems to have a great atmosphere to it. I'm very excited to try the stout that I've seen a lot of.
For sure, yeah.
My first one. Mm-hmm. When you look at this pub, what exactly does it mean to you? What does it represent to you? Because it's not, it's not a huge global business yet, but it is one that I imagine strikes a real big chord with your heart.
It's very, very dear to my heart. This premise is, you know, I did not buy this pub for profit. I did not have any type of profit in my head in this. You know, I would have been happy to I would have been happy losing money here, you know, to be honest with you. I just wanted to buy it, you know, redo it. It's a place I've been coming here for many, many years, myself and my fiance, and you know, it's our families love it. It's been a place we visited since, you know, our teens. You know, trying to even get into the place before we were allowed into the place, type of thing. You know, so
we've all tried that. Yeah,
for sure. So, and you know, it was not about profit, but in actuality, now it may be the biggest of them all. Yeah. You know, it's funny when you do things, when things happen like that. You know, you do something and you've got money on your mind. You know, and you know, it brings stress, it brings panic, it brings worry. This, I had nothing. I just wanted a place where I could call my own. I could feel safe coming into it. I knew I was going to bring it up to the spec of a premise that I wanted. We never served food here before, as you saw. I'm sure as you tried our St. Patrick's Day menu, we have a phenomenal chef, a phenomenal team here.
The stew was very good.
Everything is unreal. It's all Irish produce. I actually said to Lorenzo a while back, as you know, former owner of the UFC, don't even got to say, but Lorenzo Fertitta, you know, I always used to try and say to him about like Irish cuisine and that it's really underrated. It is really, the quality of Irish produce is really, really underrated. And I knew that, you know what I mean, especially since traveling all across the US and all across the world. And I just wanted to, you know, bring a place, you know, I could call my own, have some fun, you know, meet with my friends, meet with my family, have occasions, celebrate birthdays, parties and whatnot. And then bring the best of the best here. You know, that was the template of it. Make sure it's the best of everything. Is it the best, you know, is this the best steak we can get in the Emerald Isle of Ireland? Yes, it is. Is this the best stout in the Emerald Isle of Ireland? Yes, it is. Is this the best cup or plate or fork? The best of everything I wanted. And all across the board, from the interior to, you know, the food, to the beverage, to everything. And then, of course, the staff, you know, have been exquisite. Liam Flynn here, head of house, my head chef, Ed Raythorn. You know, the place has been a huge success. And, you know, as I said, it was not, I had nothing got to do with profit in my mind whatsoever. I just wanted a place I could feel safe in and chill and have fun in. And now it may be biggest of all. You know, you've got the stout, which is booming. We're moving towards launching this outside of the pub. Right now, it's only available here in the pub. So we're looking towards September time, which will be the next stout season for launch. We will launch kegs and cans. So, you know, it's going to blow the industry wide open. You know, if you want, we can try one right now, no problem. I'll get you a stout. I'll get you a proper 12. It's like, for me, stout and whiskey is bread and butter. You know, I feel like now, I know you've been doing the pub talk with Dan Hooker. I've been loving those segments that you guys have been doing. And I was saying it would be great for us to do one. But today, considering it's the day before St. Patrick's Day, I have trained this morning. I've done a solid session in Queenpin Boxing Club this morning. I'm going to train later this evening. So I'll get you to drink. I'm not going to drink with you though. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to drink a hell of a lot. So I'm trying to balance it out. You know what I mean? Be a bit responsible. Yeah. But I'll get you one of those stouts now. Ellen, excuse me. Could I get a forged stout, please, when we're ready, and a proper Irish, a proper 12 on the rocks, please, as well. Thank you.
I find it funny listening to you there. You're saying that profit wasn't in your mind, but it's like your passion has bred the profit.
The passion what?
The passion bred the profit.
That's what I'm saying. Look, it's not. Yeah, exactly. And this, like, stout is an $11 billion a year business. There's about 3 brands in the space. Whiskey is a $1 billion a year business. So it's 11 times the size of business of a whiskey. And the reason. Yeah, excuse me, could I get on that tap also, please? Yeah, thank you. We started with only one forged Irish stout tap here in the premise, and then as the success of it and people really enjoying it, we had to put like 4 down there, 4 here, 4 there.
I saw you posted you outsold the other stout in town.
We have outsold. I'll get into that. But so we've so many forged Irish stout taps now around the bar. But it's important to note that the busiest tap is this one here. The busiest one is that one, and that's what stout is. The more the tap is used, the more it's frequent. You know what I mean? It's more creamy. It's It's a better stout. That's why I got to be careful about where I put this stout. I'm not just going to put this stout into any pub. If you put a stout into a pub and it's not used or it's sitting there, it needs to be.
Well, they don't respect the pour as well.
It needs a run out. You know what I mean? It needs competition. It needs to be used. So that's basically that's where I have my one from. That's center. That's center one. Yeah.
I see interesting parallels between your fighting career and the business you're getting into, because you always seem to pick the biggest guy on the block to go after.
Yeah, mate, no. I'm the biggest guy on the block. You know what
certainly,
I mean?
like these days, you're looking like it.
There you go. There's a proper swerve as well on the block.
Much.
I'm gonna enjoy. I'm craving this.
You're living vicariously right now, aren't you?
You're talking to me. Now, but it'll be worth it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But look at the cream on that. You could go at that with a spoon, my man. You go at that with a spoon. Cheers, my man. Cheers, so. You enjoy it. Keep going. Under the label, you want it. Under the label. Now, there, boom. That's it. That's your first sub. The first sub has got to hit the label. Your first sub of 4 Irish stout has got to hit the label. There's the label as well.
Incredibly smooth.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a delicious
and
stout.
now I'll follow up with the apparent.
You'll take your time now. Take your time. Excuse me. Could I get a water with some still water with some lemon and ice, please? Thank you.
I'm meant to be catching your flight tomorrow morning, but that might depend.
You enjoy
on
yourself, man. It's for Paddy's Day. You're getting out here. Stay for Paddy's Day, man. No.
UFC London this weekend.
Oh, right. That's right.
Work never stops, Conor, as well.
Oscar, you're a grafter, man. I appreciate you. Everything you're doing is, you know what I mean. You're carrying the game on your shoulders, man. So keep doing your thing.
Speaking of carrying the game. Great segue chance. There's a lot of talk out there about is Conor going to walk into a title shot? And I saw Dana White said not long ago, if you really care about that, fucking get over it. Is that essentially how you feel as well?
Yeah, enough is enough with the disrespect that comes my way. You know what I mean? People are going to give me my respect for the many facets of my game, my fighting style, and everything else. I'm going to waltz back into a title shot. Make no mistake about it. I am not. It's that or I won't. You know what I mean? It has to be a title shot. What else can it fucking be? Yeah. Now I'm saying that. Let's see how things shake up. There's plenty of fights. Well, I'm a fighter at the end of the day. I'll say that, but I'll probably fucking do anything to be honest. I just want to fight and compete. But I want that gold belt. I want that. I'm gonna get that world title that has the Irish tricolour emblazoned on it. You know what I mean? I'm the reason that tricolour is on that UFC world title. So I'm eager to get my hands on that belt. There's eight flags. There's 8 country flags on the UFC belt to symbolise the first 8 countries that won a UFC world title, with Ireland being one of them. I am the only, actually myself, Joanna Jacek from Poland, and Andrei Arlovski from Belarus. The Belarusian Andrei Arlovski still competing. We are the only 3 that can to this day compete and win a UFC world title that are directly responsible for putting our nation's flag on the belt. So, Joanna could see, Andrei Arlovski could probably fight. I don't know.
The game's a crazy game.
The game is a crazy game. Anyone can slot in, but we are the only 3 left in competition. Brazil, Marilla Bustamante, the Netherlands, Bas Rutten, UK, Michael Bisping. America is Dan Severn, I want to say.
It could have been Dan. Mark
Coleman, Dan Severn, Mark Coleman maybe. What other flags? There's a few others. But anyway, the only 3 active fighters left is myself, Joanna, and Andrei Arlovski, and I will obtain. So it's about finding out which weight now, you know?
Okay.
I just don't really see myself going back to 155 again.
I don't want to talk about weight issues here, Conor, but you're looking as big as I've seen.
I'm eating, I'm lifting, I'm training, and I'm not cutting calories. So, this is my natural state. I can go even bigger, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't.
For a second at the beginning when you started working out again, I thought you were actually sort of considering going bigger. You look like you're.
Yeah,
really
I'm eyeballing 170. I think I don't want to go too much above 170. So I like myself at 170. I've always had a great time when I've had a full camp at 170 with correct preparation.
Yeah.
The Diaz 2 rematch and the Cowboy fight in particular. You know, I thought they were flawless performances. They were probably some of my best performances inside the UFC Octagon, and they were without any calorie deficiency whatsoever. So my body was strong, my mind was strong.
Still keep stealing your lines while we're at 170.
You know, it is what it is. What do they say? Imitation and flattery and all this type of thing. I don't know, but I believe that's the fight to make.
Wow.
I believe myself versus Usman for the 170 pound title for my comeback fight is the one I'm eyeballing at the minute. Now I haven't really said that to no one, to be honest. I've only been thinking that the last couple of days, like, to be honest, because I'm for what cut the weight. I've already won the 155 pound title. I got myself down to a lightweight frame, but you know, I'm big now. I feel big. I feel strong. I feel healthy. You know, I've got good energy. I'm coming back after a gruesome injury. You know, I do not want to deplete myself. There should be no need to deplete myself. And I feel confident against Usman. A jab happy, sloppy, orthodox wrestler with no submissions whatsoever. What's he going to do? Where's the danger here? I don't see a danger with him. His ground and pound isn't strong. You know what I mean? So plus he's on the older side. I think it's, and then plus the world is to be took again. The Triple Crown. No one's ever obtained. No one's ever obtained 3 knockouts in 3 weight divisions, moving up like I have already. But no one's ever obtained 3 UFC world titles across 3 divisions, like I will do also if we make this fight. So I'm just focusing on my own game, focusing on my own self. I've come through a lot. You know what I mean? It's been a tough couple of months.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to ask you about that. Like, you faced a lot of adversity in your career. There's lots of setbacks. There's a lot of, the pandemic happened, put you on pause. I saw how motivated you were in that Cerrone camp. I know how much momentum you want to keep through. Pandemic happens, put on the side. Is this the hardest one so far?
No. It's a bone. It's a broken bone. It's actually not a ligament. It's not a joint. Bones heal, and they are here today, gone tomorrow. You forget about it. It'll be a distant memory in no time. It's already feeling like a distant memory today. I was in that club hammering the pads in today. You know, sooner or later I'll be back. Soon enough I'll be back sparring. Then I'll be back kicking. You know, grappling and wrestling fully. It's going to be a distant memory. Joints, ligaments, these type of things, they linger. You know what I mean? I've dealt with these things over the course of my career. Much more difficult. It's just about getting through the mental block of the break happening. But I feel like, I feel great, to be honest. I feel very confident. I feel eager to get back, and I've got through it. I'm proud of myself to get through it. I look forward to, inspiring the many people all across the world that face, tough times in their life, tough injuries, and I hope my story and my journey can motivate them also, and that's a goal of mine too.
It's a beautiful way to end this, but I want one last question. You mentioned that
we can carry on until we get, we can keep going. I'm not in no hurry, my man. You enjoy that point. What you thinking of it? Keep getting into it.
Honestly, I mean, like, how they say in America the way they pour stout is basically shit, and it is, to be honest. And then when you come over here, you taste it over here, it's very nice. You don't know what you're going to get with one that you haven't tried before, but it's incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the pint or the way you say you pour.
Yeah, no, it's the brewer. The master. We have a phenomenal brewer. We have a phenomenal brewer. It's smoother and it's lighter on the stomach.
Well, so you can say, because sometimes you
can't have a Guinness and a meal. You can't have a Guinness and a meal. You're chair bound.
Yeah.
This is a light stout, but more roasted and smoother. It goes down easy.
I mean, I could imagine drinking a few of them.
You get 7 or 8 of them down you without even noticing, and that's the sign of a good stout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, like, there's other competition in the game, and like they try and be a bit too fancy with it, make it a little bit more flavoured and this, that, and the other. It just doesn't work. Stout, it's to be drank and you almost like not even know. You know that kind of way? That's a sign of a good stout.
If you drink a heavy pint of Guinness, say, for example, and it just sits in your stomach, someone gets uncomfortable drinking it after a while. This, beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you how this started, right? So when I bought this pub, we decided to make a stout, an in-house stout, and an in-house lager. So on the day that we opened, actually I think I might have been away in the day that when the day I came back to when it was first opened, I had the lager. I said, okay, I'm going to try the lager today, and I wasn't too mad on the lager, to be honest. Now people do love the lager as well. The lager's very popular. Well, it's actually a great buzz to be involved in all this, to be honest. I really enjoy it.
I see the way you the way you can reel off. I remember when there was an interview you did years and years ago before your even first championship. You could name the weights and the reaches of everyone around you.
Yeah.
I feel the same energy about this.
For sure.
It's kind of a buzz to see you.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so I had the lager for the first day. Yeah. I said, right, I'm going to stick to the lager, and it was nice. I wasn't blown away by it. It was all right. A good lager for the locals. It's really local priced. It's a good, I wanted to look after the locals. Everyone thought when I bought this place, oh my God, we're going to be, we're going to be able to afford this place. Yeah. Everything on this menu is, the price point is very, very important to me and very crucial. I want people to be able to afford to be here, and while also giving them the cream of the crop of everything Irish. So, that's important to me. But anyway, I had the lager for the first day, went home, then came back the next day and says, okay, now I'm going to go on the stout. And I had no plans to make this into a stout whatsoever, or make cans, bring it elsewhere outside the pub or nothing. Had my first pint, I was blown away by it, and that it was actually similar to the title spray. If something, I'm not going to put my name to something if it's not, if I'm not into it. You know what I mean? Like this title spray was sitting on my fucking in my house in Portugal for about a month. Like there's a big box of it, and I'm like. The guy was reaching out to me, the guy that started, and it was early days in it. But I just didn't touch it. I just kept walking by it, and then I had a sore shoulder. I woke up and sprayed it. Next day, I'm like, what the fuck? And then, I started to notice, Chase, that's very good. And then I'm sparring this big Polish bloke in the camp, huge Polish bloke he was. he threw a knee, and I caught the knee like that, and the knee hit me right it dug into my elbow, like the funny bone in my elbow, and I couldn't extend my arm. I could not extend my arm. Sprayed it on my arm, and within about an hour I was like that. And I'm like, what the fuck, what is this stuff like? Then I picks up the phone and decides, okay, now I'm gonna talk to this guy. And then I was blown away by what he was saying with me. And then we partnered up, and now I'm co-founder on the thing. But it was only because it fucking worked for me. I think I said it in the last press conference, or some press conference. I don't necessarily feel like I have fans. I feel like I have soldiers. You know what I mean? If I put my name to something, people are going to go out and get it. And I'd never want to put my name to something that's not of a high quality that I would have myself. So this stout wasn't even a thought of making a business out of it. It was just an in-house stout for the locals. That was it. And for to have a local stout in a local pub stout.
With the title stuff is interesting, right? Because I'm sure so many products get thrown your way for an endorsement, and you see them, and the stuff they say is not true, and it's kind of whatever. So I always try and take a critical eye. And the title stuff, I saw what was being said about it. I was like, that's interesting. Yeah. I bought a can. Yeah. And I tried it. Yeah. It's fucking very good. Yeah. It's really good.
Diaz's father, right, is a tiler. It was a tiler by trade. And has tiling is down.
Yeah, on the knees.
On the knees. He's in a lot of pain. Can't sleep at night. Yeah. Give him the title, boom, sprays it, and starts getting the best sleep of his life. He starts ringing back, giving rave reviews. I passed, not just athletes. We all feel pain at some stage of our life. You don't have to. You don't got to be a sportsman. It's the health and wellness category. It's a humongous category. So when all this feedback was coming back, I knew what I felt, and I was blown away. But I wanted to see it from everywhere else, you know what I mean? And then it's doing very, very well. So it's another big one. A lot of big things going, but it's just two things that I use personally and that I find work to an extremely high level. If it is neither of those things, you will not see my name near it, and that's the fucking truth.
I think it's interesting, right, because I hate it when you see, I was thinking this walking through the airport today, you just see, aftershave with some random celebrity just playing a guitar or something like that. They don't fucking know anything about that. I kind of find that...
Well, it's
kind of dated, you know what I mean? And so when you see you talking about
I see right through bullshit. I can see right fucking through it. It's like, I was approached when I started doing these. Remember with the tradition with Lorenzo Fertitta, take a head around the Denisiva fight. Yeah. I started getting approached by all these whiskey brands to do adverts. I'm like, no, I'm getting involved in my own. I want to go and find, I want to go the length and breadth of the country of Ireland and find the right distillery that I'm going to make my whiskey in, the perfect soil, the perfect place, the best place that's going to be able to mass produce my whiskey and of the highest quality. You know what I mean? Even the title sport spray, we have farms in Portland, Oregon, which is really sought after land. Yeah. So it's important to find these type of places that are going to produce the best quality and then go for it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what's happened.
Did you find that your fighting career and your mentality that translated to the way you approach business, or was it just your
sure.
personality? Or
I don't know. Well, for sure, it's similar. I mean, it is similar.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as you said, I'm aware of height, reach, stylistic. I'm aware of every opponent's shots. I'm aware of the competition in all of these ventures for sure. Yeah. I'm not messing. My hand was locked after getting that knee into the elbow, and I'm spraying it. And an hour later, I'm like, and I've had some nasty. You've seen the fucking injuries I've fucking had in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've come through heavy shit in this game and through this journey. You know what I mean? And like meniscus tears, LCL tears. You know, you're talking a week, 2 weeks, a week to 10 days even, and you're back motoring no problem. Yeah. But bruises and contact bruising and things like that, you're talking a fucking day, and you're back brand new. Yeah. So I was blown away by the product, and that's it, man. We're just rocking and rolling.
It's funny, you know, the fans come in, they can take a picture with the belt outside, and it was really like, it's actually quite a thrill for me to watch when they walk and they say. Like the double tap, like, fuck, it's like Conor. Like,
yeah.
You know, like obviously from your Instagram, they must come here hoping like maybe you'll be in. But to see their faces when they actually saw you, I was like, that's so cool. Like, even for me.
I love it, man. You know, and people come in and show the respect. I show the respect right back. You know what I mean? It's great to see. It's great to hear the compliments that I give into the staff, because I know they work incredibly hard. And you know, it's always a treat when you meet people from all over the globe. You know, and they've got nothing but nice things to say, and we always treat them well here at the Blackford Gym.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but someone recognised me at the football the other day, so big things coming my way too.
Yes. Do you want another point?
Of course,
yes, another point. Liam, can you pour us another 4 hours down, please? You poured a phenomenal point, my man. Look at that. That is unreal. Seriously.
To the label.
Serious.
What I've been in for.
To the label. That's it. You got to do it to the label. Bum 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 bum. There you go. I'm
actually should be meeting Dan for a pub talk this week.
Oh yeah, lovely.
He loves Dan.
I like Dan as well. I have to say, I love those segments. We'll do it maybe together when I have a few drinks one at a time. Yeah. Where was he based in Vegas? Is he?
No, he's in New Zealand still. But you know the madness they've had to deal with. So he's like.
Do you do it? You do it face to face, don't you?
Yeah, we do it face to face because he was stuck because they couldn't get back into New Zealand because of everything.
Right.
So he was over there.
So what? He's flying out to the UK or something?
So he's in the UK now.
Very good.
Fight him and Arnold Allen. That's a good fight.
Oh, so it's going to be after that. That's this weekend, is it?
Well, we'll have one before, but he can't drink. But
right. Okay. Yeah.
What do you make of that fight? Him and Arnold Allen.
I think Arnold Allen is a good guy. I think Hooker's a good, solid fighter. Yeah. I'm interested to watch it for sure. Yeah. You know, you may say Hooker's kind of was at the bin, had his chance, and Arnold's looking to rise. Or Hooker might have a resurgence. I wish them both well. Look forward to it. I believe it's going to be a good fight.
It kind of reminds me of when Aldo went back down to 135, and everyone wants to sort of shit on it. But then you were the only one, I think, who was like, no, he can do it. He's a champion. He has discipline. His last few performances, especially against Pedro Munoz, have been unbelievable. Rob Font.
You know, the game is very forgetful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And there's they run with this rhetoric. You know, even if it's not what it is, you know what I mean? It's like the disrespect Aldo received, for example, and people saying people are done. And if you look at Glover Teixeira, who's now a UFC champion, you know, it's important just to block out that noise because it's dribble. You know, it's never what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm very happy for Jose and seeing what he's been doing, and I look forward to having the exact same thing myself. Obviously on a more mega scale, you know what I mean. But make no mistake, it's going to come back tenfold, and this Triple Crown will be it. Training's going great, the leg is bouncing back, the body is strong, my energy levels are high. You know, I'm getting this hunger to be committed. You know, so everything's moving in the right direction. At the right time also, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to go.
When something like the leg happens, right, and you're forced to stop for a bit.
Yeah.
By the time you get back in, are you hungrier than ever?
That's what's happening now with the boxing, because the boxing was the first thing to get cleared. Yeah. You know, I flew in late last night, woke up first thing this morning, straight down to my old boxing club. Yeah. You know what I mean? I haven't been there in months.
Phil. How is Phil?
Well, Phil's actually away at the minute, so it was the rest of the team. Right? He's with Lee in Romania. They're in. Lee and Keane are competing, so the lads are out there. So, but straight away, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, it'll be the same when I'm grappling, the same when I can kick. Yeah. I'm eager to get back. You know what I mean? I'm eager to get back and get going.
Do you even assign yourself a date at this point, or are you just gonna go, look, let's take a step?
I'm not assigning a date. I'd say late summer.
Yeah.
Late summer.
Because you see what happens.
I'd say late summer. I could. But I'm going to be true to myself. Yeah. I'm going to be bring out the best of myself. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna do this for my fans. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for the people that are supporting me. You know what I mean? So I want to show up the best I can possibly be, and I will be.
Do you find it strange that people kind of always, I always feel like they're feathering the nest where they think they're going to be disappointed, so they're trying to set it up so it won't hurt as much. Do you find it weird that people are always like, oh, he's gone, he won't come back, he won't fight? Do you find it weird that? Because you've never publicly, like, you've never shown any ounce of someone who wants to stop fighting. You fight as often as you're able to.
I think people may wish that I would just say goodbye, you know. Maybe there is a bit of that, and then there is the people that would do it that way also, your way, what you were saying. I'm sure it's a bit of both for sure.
Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. There's history to be made. The game is to be shook up again. The Triple Crown has never been done. It'll never be done in my lifetime. No one will do this in my lifetime. You know what I mean? To win when I knock Kamaru Usman out at 170, that'll be 3 UFC World titles won, moving upward with 3 knockouts. Yeah. I knocked out Aldo, I knocked out Alvarez, and knocked out Kamaru Usman. 3 knockouts, 3 world titles, 3 weights going up.
Champ. You know
what I'm saying? I'll figure out something more catchy.
Yeah.
I'll figure out a catchy one for it, but
I'll end on one question.
Yeah.
You mentioned at the beginning of this that way back in the day you tried to sneak in here underage. Did you have a go-to move? Did you climb over the back wall?
The back wall was good. Of course, the back wall was good.
How I knew that? Because I scoped it out. How I'd have done it.
Yeah, I know yourself, but yeah. Liam, who used to own the pub, he used to own like 30% of the pub, and another guy, Mick, used to own 70%. So I bought 100% off both of them. Yeah. And I re-employed Liam, who owned the 30%, gave him a raise, you know, incentivized him to, if the pub does well, he does even better. You know, they're all the staff here are incentivized, the chef is incentivized, everyone, you know, everyone's hard at work here to make this a success, and it is a roaring success. You know what I mean? Everything is cream of the crop here. But the other day, or a couple of weeks back, Liam put up a picture of the staff, him and his staff outside the front door, and he was standing there and he was like, this was the place where Conor came as a young lad, and he was telling me about his dreams of the future. You know, one of these type of things. And I wrote underneath it, I was just trying to get into the place, Liam. You know, when you're trying to.
Oh, I know Dave told me to come in.
Yeah, no, people do that about me. Conor, people name drop, it doesn't work. Yeah. It's actually the worst thing you can.
Name drop you in
it's probably the worst thing you can do is name drop me, because it backs people up. But you know, when you roll up to the door and you're trying to keep a straight face, or you're trying to be extra nice to get in, that was me. I was filling him with all sorts, trying to get in. Just trying to get into the place. But I ended up, you know, it's been some journey. Yeah. It's great to be, you know, in business with him on another level now, and everything's just going great, man. You know what I mean? Just long may it continue. Got the family here. We're trying out the St. Patrick's Day menu. We're making a great video that's going to go out later on this evening. You know, I want to show the world the proper Irish cuisine. I want to show the world, like I've always wanted to show the world, Irish quality. You know what I mean? At first it was to introduce the Irish public to martial arts. We knew about boxing. We didn't know about the rest of the game. We didn't know about true fighting. You know, and then it was to introduce the world about Irish fighting. You know what I mean? Now it's to introduce the world about Irish cuisine, Irish stout, Irish whiskey, and all the rest of it. And then, of course, I'm still swinging leather, you know, till the day I go out. Make no mistake about that.
Conor McGregor, thank you very much.
Oscar, my man. I know you're enjoying that. I can see the buzz on you, man. We can't wait to.
I can't wait. One somewhere as well.
He's at the down now, but you know, I'm gonna have a great St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. We're waking up early. I'm gonna train tonight for a second session of the day. You know, 2 days I'm at now again. So now that I can do a lot more.
Yeah.
So I have another session tonight. I'm going to bring the kids to the parade early tomorrow morning, enjoy that with the family, and then I'm going to come back here, nice Irish cuisine, and then a party, you know what I mean? So if you're here or not, I'll be here celebrating, my man. All right, God bless. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Enjoy UFC London as well, all right? God bless. There are lots of ways to support our brave first responders. Drinking a rich and smooth proper Irish whiskey is one of them. For every bottle of proper number 12 we sell, a donation is made to first responders. Here's to the proper heroes. Shlánta.